Plaintiff Randy Hunter says when she started dating the defendant, he didn't have a job and was staying on his mom's couch. Randy claims her decision to date him was the biggest mistake of her life. And she's suing today because while living together, the defendant failed to pay his share of the bills. Defendant Jeremy Watts says Randy is the best thing that has ever happened to him. Jeremy claims he still loves Randy and would take her back today if she'd have him. And he insists he made an attempt to pay his share of the bills, but Randy refused to take his money.
Start with you.
All right. First, I would really like to say that I was probably the best girlfriend the defendant has ever had or probably ever will have. We
What
met.
made you think that?
Because, I mean, we
Did he tell you that?
He did.
Okay.
He told me that verbally.
All right, well, then that's why you think.
Right. We met about 5 years ago online. We went on one date. It was okay, you know. He went his separate way, I went my separate way. We kept in contact sporadically. About a couple years later, maybe 3 or 4 years later, he found me on social media and he asked me out on a second date. And I went, and pretty much we began dating after the second date. That was probably the worst decision I could have made. I say that because there were some red flags, such as he was sleeping on his mom's couch. He wasn't supporting his child from a previous marriage. He didn't have a car. He wasn't stable.
How long did it take you to find out he wasn't financially stable?
I did not find out right away.
How long did it take you?
It took me about maybe 2 or 3 months.
How long did you all stay together, ultimately?
Ultimately, we stayed together for almost a year.
So 2 months into the relationship, you knew he was financially unstable, but you gave him another 10 months?
Right, because he at least had a job. So and he gave me the impression that he wanted better for his life.
What ultimately convinced you otherwise?
Ultimately, otherwise, he pretty much made a lot of empty promises to me. Ultimately, I just felt like he would say one thing and do the exact opposite, or he would not follow through on
Give me an example, and then we're going to allow him to speak.
Sure.
But give me an example of the things he promised and didn't deliver on,
right,
particularly if they're related to financial means. Go ahead.
Well, the biggest example I can give you is that I foolishly got a car in my name for him, and it ended up being repossessed. And that was pretty much the last straw.
Got it. All right, sir. She says when you all started dating, or when she first started going out with you were sleeping on your mother's couch. Your car, you didn't have a car, you didn't have this. You were fronting like you were more than you really were. And you were essentially ghetto fabulous, wearing nice suits and all this, but just as broke as you can be. So you give me some background. She said ultimately the money is what broke you guys up. But
it is. I mean, I lied to her about the child, you know, about being able to take care of her. And, you know, she is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I mean, the best woman that I've had in my life.
Good.
I mean, and if I could, to this day, I mean, I love her more than anything. And I text her phone with that and tell her that, whether she responds back or not, you know, at least I know she got the text. I mean, I tell her I miss her and I love her, and, you know, and she, you know, I'm just
Did you ever say, I'll pay her?
Right.
No.
That's the one phrase.
Right.
That's the one statement that you need to make. Did she respond saying, where's my money?
She did.
Yeah.
And I've made other attempts to pay her, and then in February of this year, I made another attempt, and she said it was too late.
Oh, what were your attempts?
Text messages.
You say, I got your money, baby.
I'll bring you some money, and she said, bring it, and then I would never bring it.
Well, you didn't make an attempt. What are you talking about? You made an attempt.
I told her I would.
I know, but you didn't. You didn't make an attempt. Tell me when you made a legitimate attempt, sir, not lied to her about bringing her money.
I brought her money back in November when they were there to put some baby stuff.
$2,098?
$200.
$200. He owes you $2,098, you say, for
Yes.
what?
That is for a breach of contract.
On what?
Basically, we were to rent a house together, and we were to split all the expenses. I lived up to my end of the deal. He did not. We moved in on October 11th of 2014, and the expenses, like I said, would be split in half. Prior to moving in, the security deposit had to be paid, which I paid. It was paid by me, as well as the prorated rent for the month of October. His security deposit, his half would have been $625. The prorated rent for the month of October would have been $423.
And sir, you agree that you owe this. You just haven't gotten a chance to get it to her.
No, I don't owe her.
What is your defense? Huh?
No, I don't owe her.
What money are you talking about then when you said you told her you were going to bring it over?
That $2,098.
So you did owe her then?
Excuse me?
You did owe her.
Yeah.
So how do you now not owe her unless you paid her?
Well, no,
What happened in between
no,
you
I still-
owing
I still-
her
I
and
still owe her.
today?
I still owe her today.
See what I mean, Judge?
You and I can see through his lies
Right.
very easily.
Exactly.
So, well, you make a good lawyer, I'm sorry. No, you wouldn't make a good one because you're caught in your lie too easy. So that's right.
You're right.
$2,098 is your judgment. He has no real defense. He does say he owes you today after denying it 10 seconds earlier.
Right.
Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Good luck.
I'd like things to work out. And I know I did wrong, but maybe she'll forgive me and give me another chance to prove that I can be the man she needs me to be and the father to our child.
I've heard that before. It's nothing new, just a different day. It's pretty much over between us. The most we can do at this point is try to co-parent our 4-month-old son as best as we can.